And here he's alive and in flesh, Mr. Chuck Goldman. Welcome on stage, Chuck. Hello, mate.
How are you?
Hey, I'm good. You seem to like coming back, don't you?
This is a home now. We've bought a home here in Slovenia. No, I'm just kidding. We love Slovenia. This is very, very home for us.
Fantastic. Thanks to have you back. Enjoy it.
Thanks
Chuck
very
Goldman.
much.
Thank you.
So a question for Mate and Urban. The mirrors back in the changing room are very slimming. So I wanted to find out where you got those. So just text me after. Thanks. So thank you very much. It's amazing to be back here in Maribor, and it was great to see all the progress, including the red T-shirt. That was important for me because I'm a big clothing guy. Today, as David talked to you about vision, today's really going to be about voice, and I think there's a lot of interesting stuff coming down the line with voice. So today we're going to walk you through this concept of companies using voice to transform their relationship with consumers and with their clients. So words are very powerful, and conversations personal. What's happened in the last 15 years is that companies have put up walls, digital walls. They've made websites, they've made mobile apps extremely easy for customers to do self-service. And what that's done is it's created a block. You don't really talk to your customers anymore. So this is becoming a pretty big challenge, and that's why, at least in the U.S., a lot of the times we hear after we talk to someone at a call center, would you like to stay on for a few minutes and answer a short survey, for instance? So this is an important thing to start talking to your customers again. So who here has an Alexa? Has everybody heard of Alexa? Okay. Wow, there's only a few people. That's amazing. Okay. So anybody talk to their phone into Siri? Does anybody use voice to control their phone? Okay. So if you do, then you have this concept of starting to talk to things. All right. And Gartner says that conversational AI is going to be one of the most important tools or platforms, just like mobile and cloud was, in the next 10 years. So companies need to start thinking about voice and how they're creating this concept of a digital voice. So what is conversation? The industry term is called conversational AI. And conversational AI is this concept of brands leveraging these digital voices. Alexa, Google, Siri, Cortana, these are all technologies that brands are starting to say, how can we build an AI? And the AI portion is, how do we make that smart? Okay, so the challenge is, how do we create a smart Alexa voice that knows our company, that knows our products and our services? And that's the challenge that we're going to talk about today. So we've started a new company in the US called VUI, and VUI stands for Voice User Interface. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to democratize this concept of conversational intelligence, meaning that we're going to give your company or developers a simple SDK, and you can drop that into any app or website, or build what's called a skill and have it run on an Alexa or a Google Home. And this will give your company a smart voice that's intelligent, that knows your products, that knows exactly how to talk to companies or your customers. And we've been able to put an amazing team together. The team is our lead scientist and CTO is the former lead speech scientist for Alexa, who actually pioneered the Alexa platform for Amazon. We've put together a team in Italy, in northern Italy, in Trento, and I can honestly say I'm one of the few non-PhDs in the company. So what we're doing is trying to revolutionize retail and e-commerce first. So I think that you all have heard of what's called a chatbot, and there's problems with chatbots. Chatbots fail because they don't understand. They're not smart. They don't know your business. And when you start talking to chatbots, people don't really like talking to computers. And this is a big challenge because computers are largely dumb, and you have to repeat yourself constantly. And most chatbots just take your information and you go right to a salesperson. And that's really what they're trying to do, is punch a hole in that digital wall like I talked about. But the problem with chatbots is that they come short on expectations. And people usually just want to just talk to someone and they don't like working with chatbots. Skills alone don't cut it, because the Alexa still is a very narrow market. So what you need to think about is building voice that can be deployed on all your digital touch points. And we'll show you an example of it in a minute. So the major challenge in creating your own voice, AI is still difficult. It's very hard to be able to load your company information, your product catalog, if you're an e-commerce catalog or an e-commerce company, or if you're a bank, your financial FAQs, to load those in and have a computer voice understand how to talk to your customers through that voice is very difficult. So you can use conversational and AI platform, makes it very easy for you to do so. Deploying on all touch points, you need to deploy on your website, on your mobile app and mobile web. And then the last point is very important. You need to just secure your customer voice data. Because if you don't, then Amazon's going to hear everything, or Google's going to hear everything that your customers say to your brand over these speakers. So think about that for a second. If you're a retailer and you compete with Amazon, you definitely don't want to deploy an app directly on Amazon without your own, what's called automatic speech recognition, your own platform to do so. So the best use cases for this conversational automation or conversational AI, simplified order management. Where is my order? If you're sitting on your couch, or you're driving home in your car and you've ordered something from Post Slovenia, where is my order? And have that be able to, without a bunch of clicks, be able to hear the voice, know it logs into your account, it knows who you are, and it says that order will be shipped to you and it's going to arrive, your package will arrive soon. Search and support, accelerating the path to purchase, as we call it. Show me red lipsticks that I saw on the runway. I like Russian red, by the way. So, consultation recommendation, for beauty products. My eyes are puffy. So what's a product that you may have to help with that? And have this conversation just like you would a real person, but over digital voice. And then it is a disruptive e-commerce experience, because for the first time ever, you can actually talk to a brand and talk to a product catalog and have it come back to you with intelligent information that hopefully delights. So I'm going to show you a few examples right now. Hopefully we can get into, this is an example of a, so let's see if this loads. Now let's see, so this is a company called MAC Cosmetics, and if you've been traveling, you've probably seen this is what's called Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder has now a voice button on their website, and if you roll over it, it says "Talk to an artist." So let's see what happens.
Hi, this is your Mac virtual artist. What can I do for you, Pat?
I would like to see the latest trends in red lipstick. Can you show me some?
Sure. Here are some that were trending on the red carpet recently. We call them our red carpet reds.
They look great. I really like the Russian red. Can you order me one?
Certainly. Would you like to see other products that work well with our Russian red lipstick?
Sure.
Here are 4 products you might want to look at: lip gloss, mascara, prep and prime, and makeup remover. I can text you a link to your phone if you want to look further, or I can connect you with one of our artists to work closer with you.
I do need a mascara, so please add that to my order.
Gladly. Should I use the credit card and address on file?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. You know, there is a Mac store near you. I can arrange an appointment for you with one of our amazing artists to learn how to get a great makeup look with these and other products. We could also show you how to recreate your look when you get home. Would you like me to schedule an appointment for you?
Yes, please.
I have appointments this Saturday at 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Would you like one of those?
Yes, 2 p.m., please.
Great. I will send you an email confirmation shortly with all of the details. You will have an amazing experience with your artist. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
No, thank you.
You're welcome. It has been my pleasure. Goodbye.
All right. So that is an example of a conversational AI that knows these products. And when someone came to the website, they saw something on the red carpet on the Emmys the night before. So the red carpet reds, that voice was able to say, yes, those are the reds that you saw last night. So that conversation can happen 1,000 times at once over the internet. So that's a scalable experience that you can build with your products. So that's an example of the conversational AI at work. So behind all that magic is this. So what's happening now is this is a concept of natural language understanding. We call it the super NLU. So these features are able to parse sentences, functionally detect what I'm saying, breaking things down into dialogue and entities. So if I type in, let's talk about politics. Uh-oh. Okay, maybe let's talk about Obama instead. Okay, so if I want to talk about Obama, what happens? So let's talk about politics. Do you like Obama? The parsing unit is reading out. It's listening to my voice. It's parsing out what I want, what I'm talking about, and it's breaking it down into bits. And this is what's happening in the background of the computer. This is how it's thinking. It's saying these are the actions I take to deliver that red carpet red, for instance. This is how you create domain-specific knowledge. And when it's loading like this and it's operating, you don't see any of this, but this is what's happening. And the result is you get things like sentiment, you get things like emotion. You can even create your own custom environment for the voice. If your brand is younger, it's sportier, like Oakley, you can create a personality like, hey dude, check out our new sunglasses this month, right? So these brands for the first time are starting to think about their personality over voice and deploying that. So that's what's happening in the background when you see that. So what you want to do is you want consistency across all your digital touch points. That little voice button will pop up. You can have it contextualized. Say you're trying to guard against what's called shopping cart abandonment. If you're a retailer, online retailer, and someone's loaded a bunch of products to their shopping cart, and at the last minute, there's a pause. They're not sure they want them, maybe it's too expensive, they have questions. So you can sense the pause, and you can use voice to engage the user at that point. And you can say, let me tell you a little bit more about these products, or do you have any questions I can answer for you last minute? So you can use voice not just in the context of what people want, but in timing on the web. So these are very, very powerful ways to capture imagination. It's very important that you think about where you're going to deploy voice: web, mobile, Alexa, and even now the smartwatches. People are looking to track orders, check on their data plans, for instance, what's their minutes that they've used, all over voice.
Yep.
So some of the values of, once you get a voice platform deployed, some really amazing things happen, because you get insight into customers and what they want that you don't get with a point and click. And what does that mean? Well, if you hear customers asking you about a specific product that they're looking for, and you hear that repeatedly, you wouldn't necessarily ever get that if someone's just coming to your website, pointing and clicking. If they don't find what they want, they're just an IP address that disappears. But with voice, for instance, one of our clients, they heard a vacation package being asked for. It's a hotel chain in Las Vegas. So this was a special package, and they heard it a bunch of times, and they decided that they would use that voice data to inform their marketing people to build a custom package around that. Again, something that they'd never see with a point and click. Voice can be used to accelerate that path to purchase. Again, you're coming in, you know what you want. I want a pair of red shoes for my wife. And you're going right in, you're getting those shoes, you're showing some pictures of the shoes that you offer, and you can compress that time where people transact with you is very important. And the other thing is this concept of iterative and constant learning from voice. Imagine having thousands of conversations with your customers at once. It's pretty powerful, this concept of voice and where it's going in the future. So last thing we should start talking about is data. Where does it come from? Data can come from all over the place, okay? If you're a product company, it can come from your catalog data, it can come from your knowledge bases, it can really come from really anything that's what we call institutional knowledge. And then the other place it comes from is your call center logs. You can feed your call center logs or your chatbot or your email support logs into a platform, and what happens is that basically teaches your voice how customers ask for things by listening to thousands of conversations about how they are interacting with your brand. So between your product catalog and your institutional knowledge and listening to conversations and feeding and machine learning and creating a voice that has historical knowledge of how your customers talk with you, you get to create this natural, very, very compelling experience for your customers at scale on the web. So for brands, some of the applications, promotion of your products, selling products, consult like you heard with the beauty example, education. You can do product demos. You can do voice-based product demos. You can voice enable your FAQs. If you just wanted to simply have a knowledge base that would allow someone to come and ask about the company. Let me hear what does your product do? You can have a consult that way. You can use voice to bring up video, to find content, to offer educational training, all with voice. You can provide appointment scheduling with voice. One of our clients, if they like to have it's in their mobile app, someone's driving home and they say, I'd like to schedule an appointment on Tuesday, and they can do that while they're driving.
Yeah, no, you're right.
All automatically, all over voice. Loyalty is huge. Brands want loyalty, so this is an opportunity to offer a loyalty program via voice with some personality, because it's very difficult sometimes to get people to sign up. So you get a sense for all these things you can do over voice, and this is how companies are starting to think about deploying. So considerations, okay, so you should define moments where your customers will engage, okay, and why you'd like to create that engagement for them. Again, it could be when they can't use their hands, or they're not in front of their keyboard and mouse to do on their mobile phone. Develop key metrics for your return on your investment, and this is important because it's if you're investing in voice, you want to make sure that you're hitting on the metrics that the companies align to in terms of your growth, for instance, whether it's getting customers, retaining customers, net promoter score, customer satisfaction. And you want to make it very easy for your customers to discover voice and to engage with them in it. So make that button very easy, or build a skill and make sure that you're getting the right search words in the Amazon App Store, for instance, to get your voice heard. When someone's sitting on the couch and they say, I need insurance, for my family. I'm grown up. I'm 25, and I need some, I need to start thinking about, big people problems. So I need insurance, and be able to have that first interaction over an Alexa platform. That's very interesting with that consult. Measure and then assess the metrics and constantly provide those metrics. So voice is here. And brands really do need to act now. Developers can access SDKs very easy for voice. They're out there. Vui has a good SDK with very easy to connect into this artificial intelligence that's built for you. And what you want to do is make sure you start by defining that success criteria. And then lastly, you can create a project and put a pilot out in 30 to 60 days, because these things are very easy. You download the SDK with a few lines of code, you drop it into your app or your website, and that you basically are up and running with voice. It's very, very simple to do. It's just you need to decide how you want to do it and how to go after it. So with that is a little bit about how voice is going to transform your relationships with customers.
Thank you very much. Thank you.